everybody.
Hello.
It's Heather and Gina. Gina and Heather. That's the order it goes in.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even flinch.
I didn't want you to think I was trying to usurp your... No, I'm teasing. We're back again. And if you watched a couple episodes ago, we did things that we wanted to leave in 2025, kind of like not worth carrying with us into 2026 for a better year. So this episode's going to be kind of the flip side of that.
Yes.
Things that we do want to take with us, some inspirational things, some like reels, advice, little tidbits of wisdom that we've kind of grabbed onto from social media or like things conversations, whatever.
That is the upside to social media. I feel like there's your bandwidth, or not bandwidth, but like you're able to hear and see so much more from people that you wouldn't. You know, without
and
that.
it's not all bad, right?
No.
Like we're saying a lot of these we did see scrolling or something or whatever. And honestly, some of mine were based on things I heard from parenting,
Yes.
like experts, podcasts, whatever. So they're supposed to be geared towards children or teens. And I'm like, I think that one's for me.
I need this.
Yeah, like my very first one, you'll notice it is going to be about the girls, but also for myself. So you want to start us off with something that is inspiring you in the year, taking it forward into the year 2026?
Yeah, so I mean, for me, a nice like little seamless loop or whatever, because I talked about not overthinking and all of that, not bringing that into 2026. I heard something that resonated, that is, the act of overthinking is when you're going against your intuition.
Oh, okay.
And if you go with your gut, you'll be able to see things more clearly, which I think it still sounds difficult, but it's something to kind of keep in mind. Maybe it'll stop me from overthinking as much, to think like, when I'm doing this, I'm actually going against my intuition. Like my intuition led me
it'll at
here.
least help you put up some like guardrails where maybe it's not going to be completely extreme the other way.
Yes.
Like, oh, my gut's telling me go for it.
Yeah,
but like, it's like, okay, back down. Like with the overthinking. When you say that, I feel like that sounds so hard. It's like you're either that person or you're not, which is not true. Like there's some medium where you can work on it, but like
I'm trying.
No, sometimes you have to overthink, because what if you didn't consider?
Someone's got to, because no one else is over here, but so
we can't just all be type B.
Back off a little bit.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good reminder.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine was, again, from a parenting podcast, and I watch a lot of stuff that's about like raising daughters and teens, especially because that's the age we're coming up to. But this one was about like friendship and how to identify like true good friends. And it was she just like broke it down to like, just please remember, a kind heart is better than a pretty face. Or not better. Maybe she said something that more important.
Yeah.
But like, it's so true that you can be so beautiful and so wonderful. And so like people are attracted to you. But then that inner part, if it's not beautiful,
it shines brighter.
It's gonna come out eventually, right? And then people, whatever, it's just like, that is the part that is most important. As much time as we put into the outer, right? It's like, am I honestly putting the work in to be prettier interior? Like, your soul, your spirit, your personality. And I feel like that was supposed to be for the kids. I was supposed to remind them of that, but like, of course I needed it too.
Yeah, I mean, everybody does.
We spend a lot of time worried about like the outside beauty. And so that one, it kind of hit me.
You're right.
In the feels.
I like that one.
Focusing more on being a beautiful person, kind-hearted.
Yeah, we need more of that.
Yeah, especially right now.
Yeah.
I feel like. And when you know people like that, it's just like it's like a magnet, right? Or you have so many good things to say about them, and it's like, yeah, be that person, right? So, okay.
Yeah, make people feel good around you.
Something I got to work on in 2026.
I will say, the less you say, the more your words will matter. And that's a big one for me. I mean, like, it's kind of funny to say it like while we're on a podcast talking.
The irony is not lost on us.
Right.
The less you say.
But I mean, all the little like the filler things, or like the nervous need to fill a blank space with just word. Like, sometimes that just kind of gets like lost, and it just sounds like background noise. And I do think like, your words matter. And I feel like
I feel like you can always think of somebody too in your life that's kind of like selective with their words.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they do have something to say, everybody's like, oh, like you almost
Your
like
dad.
lean in or something.
When your dad talks, it's like, all right.
Yeah,
like,
he's not like a frequent talker.
Yeah.
So then you're like, oh, when he's going to give his opinion about or something, it's like you kind of lean in because you know he's not going to just talk to hear his own voice.
Exactly.
But I'm saying like, love my dad. I appreciate that you said him. But I feel like there's so many people like
yeah,
that. And
yeah.
it is always a trait that you kind of like. And then the opposite is sometimes true. When somebody's talking a lot, you're like, but you've already said plenty.
Here they go again.
Yeah. And it diminishes, even if they have something great to say, it's almost like you're taking it in with a little bit of
right.
Here we go again. Yeah. And that's
I usually tune it out.
Fair.
I know that's horrible. Like
I think that's though what we're saying
Yeah.
is like just be conscious that like when you are talking or whatever, sometimes less can be more.
Yeah.
And it's not my nature either.
No.
I'm all about filling a gap.
No. Same. I'm the
Or
one who's
oversharing.
Oh my gosh. I'm so always oversharing. I leave places thinking like nobody needed to know that I was bloated. Like like it'll get quiet and I'm like, I didn't eat my yogurt today. Like so yeah. The less you say, the more your words will matter.
Yeah, and I also just feel like I'm always on like playing defense a little bit. Like if I go to a meeting for work or something and I've said one or two things, I don't even care how strongly I feel about something. I feel like, all right, that's enough now.
Right.
I just don't ever want to be that person. So I'm pretty self-aware, but I feel like there's also a lot of work that could be done.
Yeah, we can all look inside and kind of reassess. But honestly, if you're somebody who's constantly talking, cut it out. Just cut it out.
Just cut it out. We're here to say the hard things.
Yeah.
And you got to stop.
Shut it.
Okay, how about this one is going to be very personal. So I'm going to try to broaden it because I saw this beautiful little Instagram reel or whatever of a woman just like bobbing in the ocean. You could tell she's in the Caribbean. She's bobbing in the ocean. And her thing was, nothing I've ever bought has made me feel as good as this moment. So I connected with that because I feel like we as a family and stuff are always talking about like, this is somewhere we allocate resources. I love an experience. I want to go on a trip with my kids.
You do love a vacation.
I do love a vacation. And especially now that I have children and stuff, it feels so like magical to be like, they've never been there before. We're going to do this for the first time. But I just need to like remind myself though too, that when I also want stuff, it's like, but remember, that's not going to bring you the same joy.
Right.
And that's me personally.
Yes.
For somebody else, it'd be like, no, if I get this really nice.
Yeah, no, I've definitely bought things that feel better.
Piece of jewelry, I'm going to hand it down to my kids, my grandkids. That brings you joy. And then you don't have to worry about like, okay, but maybe I don't take a trip this year. Whatever. I just feel like it was a good reminder to me to whatever your things are.
Yes.
That truly bring you joy. That it's okay to prioritize those things and then be like okay with going, but that means less of this or whatever.
Remember your why.
Yeah. And like she was just bobbing in the ocean. That is literally like if I could take a vacation right now, I would just be like floating in the ocean.
You would?
Yeah, 100%.
You wouldn't worry about sharks?
A shark-free ocean? Do I get all of my wishes? Oh. I mean, like the ocean.
I feel like I would never. If you
I'll
see
take
me
Lake
bobbing,
Michigan.
come help me. Like I'm treading water because I'm about to drown. Like I will never be comfortably bobbing in the ocean.
No. Just like, okay, this is silly, but just like going to the beach, we went with like an extended family vacation and like my little nieces in the like ocean tide with us, watching them, the like waves hit them and they're like, it's like, it could be a little intense. That stuff is like my best memories, like doing that with my kids or something. And it's just, that's what I am drawn to. But I'm saying if that's sightseeing in a new city or it is like spending money on a thing that you're going to pass down an heirloom. I don't know. It was just a really good reminder that like you got to keep that in your head when I got to do this. I got to get that. I got to have all the things. It's like honestly, nobody has all the things.
Nobody does. And you can take that so far, especially now and raising kids in the era of, social media.
Yeah.
You see so much of what everybody's doing, buying, consuming. So it is a really good thing to keep in mind because nobody has everything. And you do have to remember that, like, no, this is important to me. So when something else comes up, like you said, remember your why.
Yeah, there's got to be some no's if I want to say yes to this
Yeah.
or whatever. I liked it because I was like, wherever she is, I wanted to be there.
I like
so
that.
bad.
Yeah. I don't want to bob in the ocean.
That's why it's personal.
Yeah.
What would your thing be?
Well,
Okay, pick a vacation.
Okay.
Ideal vacation. It doesn't have to be what brings you the most joy because it might not be a trip. But you're not an ocean girl, so if we could just zip off anywhere right now, mine would be like absolutely the ocean. Maybe like the Amalfi Coast, so I can get like ocean and also some like tour of Italy. But what would yours be? Where would you go?
I mean, I might see something like that. I'm an ocean girl in the sense of like, you know, I love going to the spots that we go. I love hearing the ocean, seeing the ocean.
So soothing.
Don't love being in the ocean.
Okay, that's fair.
If at any moment somebody said like, we're going to your favorite place, let's go, I'd go to New York City.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're a city girl.
I'm a city girl.
I love that.
I saw a reel this morning that I was watching, and there was a girl that was like, I love New York. I'm back here. And I just fell down the stairs going down into like the subway or something.
Subway.
And she's like, and everybody by me was like, get up, get up. And she's like, so I just got up and I was like, watch out, everyone, it's slippery. Like no one even cared. And I was like, that's where I want to be. Like you fell, get up. Like,
no, I don't think
it.
I would make it on the streets of New York because I feel like I would pick a fight eventually.
Right?
And get murdered.
Yeah, but you'd be fine.
Like you just jostled into me.
Everyone's
like,
out there picking fights. Yeah, I would go to
I
New
need
York
to be like
and
with headphones on the beach or something.
I get bored on the beach.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
You gotta have like it's gotta be pieces. I could never just go to the beach and stay there all day, every day for a week. There's gotta be a mix of like, okay, cool, what cool restaurants you got around here? What else can I do? But like for me, it's like the ultimate in relaxation, which I think is what I want a vacation to be usually.
You would love the Turtle Club in Naples because
I'm sure I would.
that's like one of my favorite places, and like you can eat right on the beach in the sand.
Oh yeah.
Look at the ocean.
Yeah. Okay, so if it's not the ocean, even like Lake Michigan,
Yes.
I just need there to be like waves,
I'm more of a lake girl.
a sunset. I'll take that all day long. Every day.
I can't even relax. Like when we went on one of our family vacations, I have the same memory of seeing my nieces and nephews like in the sand and everything. But it was because I wasn't worrying about like, what if the sand goes too deep and then they fall and then and then a shark
What
comes
if there's a
and then
jellyfish?
There's an alligator.
Yeah,
like
those are legitimate concerns.
Yeah. When we're like up in northern Michigan, like at a lake, I'm like, we're fine.
Yeah, that was pretty perfect.
Yeah.
We're lucky.
But no, that was a really good one. I like that one. This is another one, but I think everybody could learn from this. Don't take everything personally. Not everyone thinks about you as much as you do. I struggle. I so quickly can take anything personally, and I'm really I have been working on that and will continue to work on that.
Yeah, it's hard. Because I don't feel like it comes from a bad place. Sometimes it's like you're just thinking like, oh, what if I over...
Sure.
I don't know, whatever. But I also feel like I've heard that in different forms too, where nobody's thinking about you as much as you think that they are or whatever. And I feel like a lot of us are walking around in our heads too much. Like, I shouldn't do this or whatever. I just feel like it's a little bit freeing to hear that.
It is.
Is it? Does it feel freeing or does it feel like, oh gosh?
No, it feels freeing
I need
for
to work
me.
on it.
Like if I can, it's like the same thing as like if I call you and say like, be real with me.
Yeah.
This is what happened. Like, and you'll say like, dude, no, you're like really like, you're taking it too far. I don't think that that's like what they meant at all. That is an immediate release for me.
But I could see how some people would be like, oh no, you're supposed to be on my side, or you got to feel it the way I'm feeling, and I'm not just, I'm not explaining myself right or something.
Yeah.
It's relieving to hear that that's like, no, that's what I need. It's like a release from that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't always need it. Sometimes I'm like, no, gotta jump on my side here, please. But most times,
I need
like,
you to back me up.
Right? But most times, you want to be released from that. And so I feel, and I remember there was a sermon preached, and I won't call the person out and make them uncomfortable, but it like resonated with me. And it was so many years, probably 20 years ago.
Okay. I'm so curious to hear it. See if it's
you'll remember it.
Okay.
And he said, remember the duck in the Dawn commercials and how they would be like covered in oil?
Oh,
and
yeah.
Be like that duck. Like be like obviously it's like a horrible thing, and thank the good Lord that Dawn
be like an oily duck.
But be like a slippery, like let everything
like
just
Teflon
slide off of you. Yes, like Teflon. Don't allow that to ruin your day or ruin your perception. Just let everything slide off. And it's hard.
It is hard.
But to not take things personally, you got to be a little bit like a slippery duck.
You really do. And it has to be like a mindset where you're
Yes.
like, I am not going to allow this to, whatever.
Yeah.
I just heard one that was related to that. And I was nervous talking to you about it because I was like, I feel like she'll say like, I'm angry. It was like the guy was saying like, I sometimes equate, and I'll have to go back and find that. I equate sometimes anger or like a heightened level of anger to arrogance because you're taking things too personally.
Yeah.
And I didn't get like the context of his whole thing, but I feel like me and you would say like, we get angry quickly. And I didn't want you to think I was like, so if you're angry a lot, it's because you're arrogant.
Right.
But when he was saying it, I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense to me because if you're not like wrapped up in your feelings or how that affected you, you can take a little beat and be like, I mean, yeah, I'm not happy about this. But like, I was like, ooh, I kind of want to dive into that idea more.
It's a hard truth. It's
like, because I identify with it. I know you would
too.
like easily say like, oh no, I get angry quickly.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, and not all anger is the same. I'm not talking about like when you drop something.
Right.
like, But like when things happen and you feel like personally attacked or affected or whatever deeply. And he was like, I tie that to arrogance because if you weren't thinking so much of yourself, then it's like, that had nothing to do with you. And I was like, oof.
It's a hard truth.
Go back and find that guy.
Yeah. I mean, even me saying
I might need more of his help.
Not everyone thinks about you as much as you do. Like even that, like, I do think
it doesn't feel good to say it.
I think I'm a person who considers others and thinks about people quite a bit. But I can't say that there isn't a little bit of that. Like if you take everything so personally, like of course then I'm thinking of myself.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
It's a hard truth, but I'll take it.
Right. I'll have to see if I can find him and like share a link or something because I feel like I might have pulled that like out of context a little bit or something. But I don't know, it kind of hit me.
Yeah. No,
I thought not feel good.
I thought it when reading this. Like I said, like yeah, okay, but I'll take it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a hard one.
Yeah.
But okay. How about, I love this one. Fear comes from inexperience, not incapability. So I feel like
say it again.
Fear comes from inexperience.
Yeah.
Like not knowing what to expect, not feeling prepared, not incapability, meaning it's not that you can't handle it or I don't know. I equated it even to when we were talking about thinking about what others think so much that it stops you from doing something or not being able to do a task until you feel like you can do it perfectly. Right. That's waiting on like that capability part where it's like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to handle it the right way unless it's perfect. I feel like I love that it's the thought of it's a growth process, right? So if you know more or you're, what is the word, inexperienced, the more experience you have, it's like some of that fear can go away without, I don't know. I feel like I have a really big thing with like, even like I'll go to the dentist and they'll be like, okay, we got to do this. And I'm like, okay, tell me every step that's going to happen from now. It's the unknown. Yeah. It's the inexperience. And like 3 doors down, maybe that guy's having like the exact same thing done and he did another procedure a week before that. It's for me, this is new. So I feel like a baby, right? And I'm like, tell me exactly what's going to happen from start to finish because I don't want there to be unknowns.
Sure. You like control.
I like control and I like knowing what I'm like getting into because anytime it's like you're going to spring something on me. But I also feel like it's good for taking that into like, okay, so I don't have to be afraid to try something new. If I understand that like I'll get experience, it'll get easier. Yeah. It shouldn't stop me.
No.
But that's not how I've lived the first 42 years.
It's tough. Life. And they say that some of the most like celebrated, I can't think of the right word, but like the top elite athletes. Yeah. They are able to take what is fear or anxiety before an event and flip it and turn it into, no, I'm not anxious. I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm not scared. I'm excited.
Yeah, like
about
reframe it, kind of
reframe that
to their benefit.
Yeah. So like you're saying, it's it's the unknown. It's not that you're not capable. So if you're able to flip that and say like, I mean, you're not gonna be excited to go to the dentist.
No, but I just mean like, which is so funny because I say that to my kids on the daily. Like, you're not scared for your meat. You're nervous, but you're also excited and your body's ready. And like, why can I not see that that's the exact same application for me with something?
Yeah.
But.
And some things stick. I'll never forget one of my dance recitals right before I went on stage. And she would probably laugh if she knew that all these years later, I mean, probably like 30 years we're talking later, that I still think of this. I'd be like, I'm so nervous and I have to go to the bathroom before I go out there. And she's like, no, when you have the nervous peas, I'm just gonna say, when you have the nervous peas, it like makes you perform better. And so like,
who told you that? Your coach?
The owner of the dance studio.
Okay, I was like, your mom, who?
Yeah, no, the like
I'd be
owner.
afraid to pee on the stage.
And now I'm like, I think about that 30 years later. I'm like, well, I'll perform better. Didn't get a chance to go to the bathroom.
She might have said it just that one time to you. She was like, Gina, there's no time for that. It'll make you better.
Right here, I'm like 30 years later, still doing it. Like,
telling my kids
it's making me a better person.
Oh my gosh. I think that would have increased my fear. Like, right now I'm going to pee on the stage also.
I think I did pretty good.
It worked for you.
Yeah.
It worked for you.
Okay.
Okay, what's something else? Yeah, what's something else you want to take into 2026 that's inspiring?
Accept that some thoughts are just noise. Not every thought is true or important. And that is a huge, huge one for me. Huge one.
Yeah.
As much as we know, and we've been pretty vocal about it, but we've grown up in the same faith and the same church. And so like, as much as we know and know who to rely on, there are still things that like a thought will pop in my head and like it's instantly reality to me. Like it's like, oh, that's gonna happen because it popped in my head. And it's like, who am I? Like, I know better than that. Like,
It's funny that you said that too, because it's instantly when you said that, I'm like, okay, so there is a Bible verse that talks about taking every thought into captivity, which is like, isolate the thought, right? And then like, you're in control of it. Like it's submitting to you.
Yeah.
So what is this thought? Where did it come from? Why am I? Is it even accurate? And it's like, yes, that's why it's in there. It's so wise. And we're a million, like things going on in your head. And it really takes some, I feel like nowadays we would call that like, what is the word? I can't think of it. It's just like left my brain. Not intentionality, mindfulness.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you need to do right now? What is your body feeling like? It's like, take a beat and decide, is that even an accurate thought? Or I don't know. It's
a big one for me.
It's such a good one too, though, because it's going to hit you every aspect of your life.
Yes.
Right. If you could just like go, wait, where's that thought coming from? It's not even a thing. Right? I just created that, or,
Except now I can't think of anything.
Or did you have one when we were doing our advice to our younger selves? It was something about like taking either a thought or something and like mining it for truth or looking for evidence or something. Like, is there evidence or is this just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's the same idea. Like, is there actually evidence to back up? Like... whatever this like crazy thought is that's happening or fear or whatever.
I missed that trend though, the mindful. Did you see him?
No, I don't know who we're talking about.
Actually, I feel bad. Maybe I think he's a him or maybe he's a her, whichever. But it was mindful. He was like, be demure, be mindful. Like it was like a whole thing.
Very demure, very mindful.
So
I thought it was
demure.
like, I thought it was gonna be like somebody who did like a mindfulness activity with you or something.
Every time someone says
your phone will do that, your watch will do that because like everybody needs it. Like,
demure.
Very demure, very mindful.
Yes.
No, I know what you're talking about now. I have no idea who is doing that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do. That some thoughts really are just noise.
Yeah. Okay. I should probably sit with that one for a while too. I have a lot of issues with that. Okay. This next one is gonna sound a little bit harsh.
Ooh, lay it on me.
Yes. Sometimes we just have to say the hard things.
Okay.
I struggle with this as a mom for sure. I feel like other people in my life struggle with this, so I hope that they listen. Think about this. Ready? I'm going to say it a couple of times because somebody else wrote it and it's so good.
You're saying it to me? Do I struggle with this? Okay.
Your over-functioning is enabling chronic under-functioners in your life. Allow things to get done incorrectly or not at all.
Ooh.
That one hurt in your guts.
Yes.
Because I'm a control freak, right? Or because as simple as how to put dishes in the dishwasher, right? Okay, it's petty stuff. But honestly, you know how many times you're going to argue with somebody about that kind of stuff in the course of the day. Bigger things. Somebody volunteers for something. They don't do it the way you would have done it.
Yes.
Over functioning and being like, well, I'll just step in and make sure it gets done right. Or, you know what I mean? That is not helping them at all to grow and to do better. And I especially feel this with my kids. I was like, how are you 12 and you don't know how to whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Me, I'm the reason they're 12 and they don't know how to blah, 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 whatever the thing is that I was, yelling about this week. Because I've done it because I want it done this way. Or I've said like, oh, they're kids and I'll just do it for them. But like, then I'm disappointed that they're not stepping up or more responsible. Like, that's me. I'm over functioning. And I actually had a really good principal one time who talked about this with over-involved parents. He was like, I'm going to give you a term that's like hot in education right now. They're over functioning for that kid and they're going to under function the rest of their life if they don't like get that in balance.
It happens so much.
I know. And I do feel like it's almost like it's trending, right? Where it's like a wave of like, I love reading those texts where like kids go to college and they're like, if I boil noodles.
I know. Those are the best.
Can I save them in the refrigerator? Do I have to, like, I don't even, the funniest things. But it's very serious too. Because you have to.
What's my social security number?
So many good ones. I love those. I love them because they're funny. But then if that's your kid, it's got to be a little gut punch to be like, this kid should know how to boil noodles. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they're 18, they're in college, whatever the thing is. But I feel like that one's very hard for people who like to like things done a certain way or like control or whatever. And
yeah, it's a hard one.
It was a little too real. A little too real.
Yeah, agree. For me too. But necessary.
Yeah. All right, keep me in check. Remind me I said that.
I'm scared. No, I will.
Don't be scared. Just remind me in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
When I'm complaining about something.
Okay, I will.
Mm-hmm.
In a very gentle way.
Gotta work on it.
Okay. I will go with oh gosh, this is another one that hits home. Stop giving power to other people's opinions and emotions. So much time and energy is being wasted and drained because of other people's behavior.
Dude.
That's a big one. Stop giving power to other people's opinions and emotions. I mean, maybe it's, just me, but I mean, man, if somebody is off or they said something to me that, I didn't like or was different than how I would have said it, or if they come at me with an opinion, like that could take me out for the day. Like I'm thinking about it.
Oh, for sure. You're stewing on it.
Oh my gosh. What did they say? Ruminating?
Yes,
is that the word?
ruminating.
Like ruminating. Like there is a lot of time and energy wasted on other people's behavior.
Yeah, or opinions. Mm-hmm. I follow some guy, I don't know what he is, psychologist, sociologist, something. And I like that he kind of says like there should be a very, very small inner circle that you have given power to hurt your feelings, to say the hard thing. Like it might be just like your spouse, your parents, a best friend. Yeah. It might not even be your parents. It might not even be your best friend, depending on who your people are. Everybody outside of that circle should not have that kind of power over you. It's almost like a very conscious thing. Like, I'm giving you power. Say the hard thing to me. Yeah. But then Joe Schmo, my cousin, whoever, my, co-worker, she doesn't get that power. No. But it's like a very conscious thing. Like, because they do have the power all the time. We're always like ruining my day with their whatever opinions or their behavior. I don't know. I love that idea that you hold that control. I have not mastered it by any stretch.
It's very difficult.
But it does feel like, okay, so I'm the one who decides. They said the thing. I think it was really rude. It was really off base. It's really hurtful. Yeah. I guess, what do I do with that now?
I mean, nobody has the power to ruin your day but you.
Do you say that to your kids every day, but then also do it?
Oh, 100%.
I literally said that to my kid as recently as yesterday. Oh. But then also, same girl, same. Yeah. Nobody else should have the power to ruin my day or
But I'll be the
say
first one to point out
something.
who did ruin my day. Like, I'll be like, make it a great day. Nobody has the power but you. And then I'll be like, you know who ruined my day? Like,
Wait till Ryan gets home. I gotta tell him.
Yeah.
No, I know. Ooh, that's really hard.
It is hard, but it's a good, I have to do it. I have to be better
I do like the
about it.
idea of having a really small circle, especially when we just talked about even telling our husbands like in this older age. Like, listen, if somebody comes to you and says like, I'm worried about Gina, or like listen to this, he has to like kind of take that and go like, okay, she is one of those trusted people that maybe I should listen to. Or I just like feel like our circle sometimes, depending on your family situation, if you go to church with a lot of people, if you work with a tight knit group of people that you spend 10 hours a day with, all those people have so much control over your mood, your feelings, and so the thought of like tightening that up, not to say that nobody's opinion matters, but like how much control that would have over like how your day is going to go or how you feel about yourself.
Yeah, how you allow it to affect
It can't be that many people.
No.
You're walking around just like spinning out all the time. So I don't know. I love that idea of like tightening that up a little bit.
Yeah. No, it's a must.
And it's really intentional. You have to, I know, you say it to your kids and then you have to like work on it yourself.
So much to do.
When you're laying in bed at night at like 3 a.m. because you can't go back to sleep.
Right.
I gotta work on this. Okay. Do you have another one? I don't remember. That might have been yours and I jumped on it.
Oh, that was mine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I'll do another one. Again, to my friends, to my kids, but for me and my age group as well, everyone needs a friend to be an includer.
Yes.
So I don't feel like I've been good at like looking at people and going, I don't feel like anybody ever sits with them, or I don't feel like they have anybody to talk to at dinner or at this, or I really want to work on that because I keep telling my children how important it is to have good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially as you're a girl and you're going through like really rough ages and all that stuff. But then to be the person who sees that in somebody else and goes like, oh, they need somebody. And like, I don't know, that can be really hard. I'm not saying you have to make friends with everybody.
No.
Sometimes you're just not going to mesh. But if you do notice that there's somebody that you could just kind of like widen your net and kind of circle them in, I feel like that's something I want to work on. Because I see the value that a good friendship or friendships has brought to my life. Like, how do you do it without a good friends?
Adults need buddy benches too.
Wait, is that like what they put at school? A buddy bench?
A buddy bench.
It's kind of heartbreaking, but like that's what we need, right?
Our elementary school had one, and when I heard about it, I loved it. Like if you're feeling alone or whatever, you sit
or
on
you
the
need
buddy
somebody
bench.
to play with, all your friends are doing something and you're not included.
And all the kids are taught like if someone's on that buddy bench, like everybody better be running over there. Like nobody is allowed to be alone on the buddy bench.
I love that. But I'm also skeptical. Yeah. That some kids just sit on the buddy bench, like all during recess.
I'll have to ask my kids. I don't think
so. If it's really like taught as like.
They better not if my kids were out there. Like,
wait a second.
They're going to be like, no.
A few phone calls.
Never.
To make. No, like if it's a community-wide effort and everybody's like paying attention to that and stuff, it's like best case scenario. Right. Because then it's not one person's job to be like, I guess we'll sit with that kid again. It's like everybody pay attention. Yeah. It's a hard one though, because I feel like you think it's so important when you're in like certain grades or as you're aging through school or whatever, but like it's very important now too. And it's not something I'm strong at, just like walking up to be people or whatever. But I feel like I don't have the luxury of being like, well, that's not my personality. That's not my thing. Because like somebody needs it.
Right.
I gotta push myself.
Yeah, you gotta make it your thing. I'm not great. I'm comfortable doing that.
I was gonna say, I feel like it would be something that you're for sure easier with.
Yeah, I'm comfortable doing that. I'm just not great at, not being awkward.
Yeah.
Or like filling So I feel like, I don't know, I would definitely end up telling you I'm bloated. But I'll come up and talk to you.
That's better than nothing.
Yeah.
That's better. All right. I actually think I've wrapped up all of my inspiration. Do you have anything that you want to
I
add?
had 2 more. So one being stop making your load. This one I really actually like. Stop making your load heavier by picking up every little annoying thing as a brick.
Oh.
And the way that it was put out, the girl saying it, or talking about this idea,
Mm-hmm.
was equating everything to bricks.
Okay.
And so we all have heavy enough loads.
Yeah.
And if you
like life is hard enough.
right?
Yeah.
If you give energy to like every little annoying thing that happens, or every little minor inconvenience,
Right.
like we've talked about before,
Yeah.
it's like picking up another brick and putting it in your bag, and your bag can only hold so much.
Right. And some of those bricks you're never going to get out of your bag. They have to be there. Like
Yeah.
you just have hard things in life that you got it. So to pick up a new one when maybe it's not yours to deal with, or
yeah.
it's so minor, like why would you want to carry that around? I like that analogy.
Yeah. That was a good one that I thought that I'm going to try to do. And then the last one, which I think is a nice way to wrap it up.
Okay.
If God has allowed this season, then he's already planned your way out.
Oh, that's a really nice one.
Yeah. One day it'll make sense. It's not always
Yeah.
easy when you're in the midst of it, or, going through that season. But if he allowed it, there's a way out already planned.
There's a bigger plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that is getting a little bit easier with age and perspective.
Yeah.
I just feel like I hear it from older people. Like I thought that was the hardest thing I would ever have to deal with, but I got through it. And you're like, okay. And then as you deal with harder things throughout your life, you start like illnesses, death, family stuff. You do feel like it's a season. It's brutal, but like there is going to be the other side of it or whatever. So I'm hoping that gets like more perspective with age.
Yeah. Me too.
That's a good one. I love it.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys...
We're going to try to grasp onto these things in 2026.
Yes. And hopefully you took away some things. These are all... Some are personal, but I feel like some of them are, things that everyone can benefit from. There's so much good stuff, good content out there.
Yeah.
That we were excited to share some.
Yeah, there's a lot of like inspirational stuff that makes me like, you're scrolling or something's going on and you catch something and you're like, oh, I'm going to save that. I need to go back to that and think about that. There's some good stuff out there like that.
Yeah.
So you got to look for it too.
Yep.
And if you ever see one that's really good, you want to share it with us.
For sure.
Drop it on our like socials or something. Share it with the world so we can all benefit.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Well, we're really glad you joined us again.
Yep. Thanks for hanging in with us, and we'll see you later.